Check, check, check. Be doing their due diligence. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody got time for YouTube on summertime, man. I mean, them guys that get paid from YouTube do this stuff. Let me get a one if everybody can hear me. I need to take some notes because I'm telling you, like I said, nobody got time for this YouTube stuff all the time, man. But I gotta let y'all know that I miss y'all. Am I yelling again? I don't know. But I gotta take some notes. It's time. Can everybody hear me? Can everybody hear me? Can I get a one if everybody hear me? Hi. Okay, we got. Hey, what's up, Love Nelson? I hope you're feeling better. I seen you wasn't feeling too good. And inshallah, all is well. I need to get all my stuff together, right? Because listen, all right, listen. I'm all over the place, right? I do a lot of stuff, man. I'm a busy guy. I'm important, man. I'm important, sister. I do a lot of stuff. So now I was going through, doing my major travels through YouTube. And I come across a video where the brother Rami Salaam L. If anybody know Rami Salaam L, I think he's out of Oakland. I think he's out of Oakland, California. I want y'all to please forward him this video because I want my money. Now, I want my money. I need my bread. Listen, here in Baltimore, let me hold on. Let me hold on 1 second. Give me 1 second. I want to turn these fans off. I got some fans on. This is the Canaanite. I'm calling the studio now. This is called the Canaanite Cave. The caves in Canaan. The caves of Canaan. That way, I was created the other day. This is the cave of Canaan. Canaanite cave. Hold on a second. Let me turn off the fan because the cave can get a little bit heated. So let me turn off the fan. Give me 1 second. Pause for the cause. Yeah, we got things to do. Pause for the cause. I'm going to turn off these fans so I can hear myself. You know what I mean? Pause for the cause. Because look, we're going to have a good show tonight. I'm going to be in and out here like it ain't nothing. So I had to get out to the fans off. Anyway, listen, family, let's do this. First and foremost, I rise, giving praise to the great God of the universe, Allah. Now, let's be clear. I haven't been here for a minute, so I want to be clear. When I say, I ain't talking about the brother with the big bed. I ain't talking about the brother with the turban, the bed, the kufi. When I say Allah, I mean Allah in the literal sense. The God, the absolute, the causeless cause, the rootless root from which all things have grown. I give praise to Allah. I give honor to his noble prophet Noble Drew Ali. I give honor to the prophet Noble Drew Ali because he did something that I wasn't able to do for myself. He taught me to think. And the prophet says, if I can teach you to think, you can save yourself. So on this show here tonight, we want to try to get some people to thinking. We need our people to start thinking. Now, this is going to be a brief little commentary as I bring you into the show. But the first of all, we need to start thinking critically. I want to address one thing first, speaking about the show. This message is to my brother, L. Y'all know I don't pull no punches. I love my people. And I hope my people love me. But I don't pull no punches. This message is to my brother, L out of Texas. When I first first post a post about me answering this challenge, he put on the post folly. He put on the post folly. And so that is Moorish vernacular to say this is foolish. I beg to differ. I beg to differ. If somebody is going to put out a challenge, boldly put it on Facebook, put it on YouTube, boldly says that, prove, and he pulls out money. I got a few dollars. I ain't got much as him. I got a few dollars. He pulls out money. This is money. This is fiat. Y'all call this money, but this is fiat. I will give anybody 100. No, I tell you what, make it 300. This ain't 300. This is for a fact. I will give you 300 if anybody can prove that Taj teach sovereignty. And I'm saying to myself, let me make sure I got my PayPal right here. Yeah, I got my PayPal in the hey, right down in the chat. I want you to deposit my money in my PayPal after this show. Be a man of your word and deposit it in this show. At the end of this show, if you see this show, I'm gonna keep the show short because I know people want to see the BET Awards or something. I don't know. I don't watch that stuff. You know what I mean? I got other things to do. But anyway, I can use that $300. You know what I mean? We can get some drywall for the community. We might even can go and feed the homeless. We might even can get some school supplies for back to school. So we need that. You know what I mean? We need that. But to my brother Jai-Ra-El, to say that is folly, what you doing is trying to prevent the truth from seeing the light of day. Now let me tell you something. Honors to my brother Taj for the work that he has done to help people come through the door into the knowledge of more science and Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Honor to the brother for that. That doesn't mean that I have to agree with everything he teach. And all of you out there that thinks that I have to agree with everything Taj Tariq teach or any other Moorish American teach, you're sadly mistaken. Let me explain something to you. The reason why I'm going to explain something to you, because there was a time when I questioned the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Now, there's nowhere in the world that you're going to tell me that I can't question a mere man like myself, the mere man like myself, Taj Tariq Bey, honor to the brother, but I questioned the prophet at one time. You couldn't tell me that a guy born in North Carolina was a prophet. I looked at people and said, N-word, you crazy. Nobody trying to hear that. What y'all on? Y'all tripping. I questioned the validity of being black one time. I thought that was a valid thing to be black. I said, man, y'all talking crazy. I questioned the nationality piece. Hell, I questioned the flag. Until I did some study, and then I showed myself approved. So y'all out there thinking I can't question my brother's teachings? I'm not questioning him. I'm questioning his teachings. Because he's not going to step front and center for me to question him. So I'm going to question his teachings. Now, so Jai-Ra-El, I love you, brother. This ain't no folly. The prophets say, protect the prophet in the temple. The prophets say, we must preserve these holy and divine laws. How in the heck you think we're going to preserve them if we don't challenge the status quo? If we don't challenge what people are used to? And yeah, there's going to come a time where we're going to challenge the officials in the temple to do more than what they're doing. But right now, we got to straighten out the confusion as to what people think is more science. That's what we have to do first, you know. because the people in the temple are doing the best which they have to work with. They're doing their best to stick to the divine constitution and bylaw. They're doing their best to stick to the Holy Quran of the Moorish Temple of America. They're doing their best to stick to the Moorish questionnaire. They're doing their best to keep the doors open. They're doing the best what they have to work with what they have to work with. But now when we're talking about this confusion, man, I dare you tell me that I can't check no confusion. If it came into your temple with confusion, you better doggone sight check it. And so this is where we at today. Nobody want to question the elder. Well, you got the wrong brother. I questioned my mother. I remember when I first came into the knowledge of the Moorish Temple of America, and it began to be ingrained in my head. I looked at my mother and said, "Mom, you got to take that European Jesus off the wall. He got to go." And Allah is my witness. Me and my mother sit down, had a conversation. This was over 20 years ago. We sit down and had a conversation. Within by the end of the week, my mother came in with another Jesus. He looked like he was a little bit Indian. One of the ones you get from Family Dollar. He was Indian Jesus. But anyway, he wasn't no European. He had some copper tone to him, you know. And so with that being said, family, we're going to get into the show. I want to show y'all what the brother actually said as it relates to his challenge. So here we go. Give me 1 second, and I'm going to bring it up to you right here. Let me share this with you. Y'all going to have to work with me because I got a lot of little stuff that I want to share with you. So here's the actual challenge right here. I'm going to bring it up in 1 second. Work with me. Here we go. Rami challenge. Here we go.
You saying? Right here. So you can find that anywhere in here. $100 is yours. Anywhere. I'll take it a step further. If you can find Taj Tariq Bey ever saying Moorish are sovereign citizens, if you can find Taj Tariq Bey ever saying Moorish are sovereign citizens, if you can find Taj Tariq Bey ever saying Moorish are sovereign citizens, if you can find it anywhere on YouTube, anywhere on rvbeypublications.com, that's RVBEY publications.com, all one word, anywhere. Matter of fact, what we got right here? 100. That's 200. Even 3. 300. 300 for you. All you got to do is provide the evidence.
All right. Y'all got that. And I'm going to play that again a little bit later. But y'all got that. Y'all got that. He wants us to provide evidence as to Taj saying that Moors are sovereign citizens. Now, mind you, this may be a misnomer because I know what he is saying. He's basically saying that Taj doesn't, and that's why I say teach sovereignty, because he's basically saying that Taj doesn't teach sovereignty. That is what he's saying. And so with that, I'm going to first challenge that with, give me 1 second. I'm going to challenge that with saying this. We do know that Taj is seen as one who teaches sovereignty. How do we know that? I'm about to pull up something right quick. I'm gonna pull up something quick that we can just go and take a look at it real quick. So right here, we look at the story of Gavin Long. We look at the story of Gavin Long. And I'm just going to read the first paragraph. He said, after authorities identified Gavin Eugene Long as the man who shot and killed 3 officers in East Baton Rouge on July 17. Unconfirmed media reports claim that Long, who also used the name Cosmo Setaperina, has connection with anti-government extremist sovereign citizen movement. Let's move on down. And that's going to explain why. This is going to explain why they're trying to run from this. Don't run now. You know what I mean? And I ain't trying to throw you under the bus. I'm just saying, come join the Moorish Science Temple of America and put this foolishness down. It said Moorish sovereign citizens emerged in the 1990s on the East Coast when people began to merge sovereign citizen ideas with some beliefs of Moorish Science Temple. So even this article knows that has nothing to do with Moorish Science Temple of America. Now, I want to direct your attention right down to here. It says, let me get right here. Okay. Through the 1900s, in the Galveston Bay, the Moorish Empire, the influence replaced. Let me direct your attention. I got it right here on the page. There we go. All right. So it's right here. It say, like traditional sovereign citizens, more sovereign citizens are heavily reliant upon sovereign gurus who come up with and promote the movement ideas and tactics. Some prominent more sovereign gurus include Taj Tariq Bey, Abdul Ali Muhammad Bey, Queen Valalor Vanita El Hare Bey, Irving Hernando. So the point that I'm making with that is that people are seeing this as sovereign citizen. Now he's trying to hold up. I see the chat. Okay, I hear he didn't say. Let me stop this real quick. It's clear he didn't say that. And you can't prove the question to stop with the con game and foolishness promote garbage disposal. Brother, the show just started. Gabby, the show just started. I hope you're Gabby. The show just started. Give me a shot. Can I get a shot, Gabby? Gabby 5930. Give me a shot. Anyway, so we know that people are seeing that the sovereign citizen movement is led by Taj Tariq. That's what the articles say. I'm not saying that. The sovereign citizen Moorish movement. That's what the articles say. I'm gonna point you to another article. And this article here is basically to show what people see as teaching sovereignty. This here is called Melanin DVDs. Taj Tariq Bey is the great Moorish sovereignty teacher. This is how they see the brother. Now, I ain't get to my point yet. He teaches people about the true history of the world and introduces them to the sovereign powers. Taj Tariq Bey has made many very informative videos to share knowledge and lift humanity. Okay. I'm only setting up to get to my point. I'm only getting to my point. All right? I'm only getting to my point. Work with me. Now, I'm going to prove that the brother teaches sovereignty, and by default, he's teaching that you're a sovereign citizen. Come on now. I'm going to prove this. And then I'm going to go into the diatribe of how that teaching has nothing to do with Moorish science. And we're going to zoom right through this. Okay, so that's what people see the brother as. It is what it is. That's what people outside of the Moorish Science Temple of America, the media, the public at large sees the brother as a sovereign citizen teacher. It is what it is. Okay, I'm gonna give you another. I'm gonna do one more, and let me see if I can get you there real quick. I'm gonna get you one more article. I got plenty of articles because a lot of people have got hurt with this, so it's been well documented. All right. So here's a story right here. This is a story that I've showed before on the show where, let's read it. In June, it was talked about like one of the most unusual trial in Chicago history. It was a remarkable event, not only for the bizarre crime that was alleged, but for its victims, who were some of the biggest names in Chicago legal circles. A woman named Sharon Phillips, 44, was accused of filing maritime liens. You know who teach that? Each up to $100 billion. Against the property of who's who of Chicago's court system. There was a former U.S. attorney, Patrick Fitzgerald, all the way down. We can go all the way down. But what I want to do is, this trial here, I spoke about this on the show, where they was filing liens, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And you can go and check this out at rawstory.com. I don't want to read the whole story. I want to be in and out. I don't want to get stuck. So this is the whole story where she filed liens, she got prison time, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so now within this article, this is what a brother says. This brother, Taj Tariq, has caused much confusion in the way of what is truly Moorish. And what is it? With a blend of pseudo history and law, he has taken a conglomeration of misinformation and transformed it into his own brand of confusion. This is actually a grand sheik, and I'll get his name in a minute. His case has no legal merit because the said government that he speak of doesn't recognize him as a citizen. And since he isn't by law or by his own bad actions as citizens of the Moorish National Divine Movement, then he is not a citizen anywhere. At best, a fugitive vagabond. Now, I don't know all about that, but let me say this. If you are a Moorish national and you're not a citizen of the USA, why are we filing all this paperwork in the courts? That doesn't make sense to me. If you are if you're a national, why would you follow paperwork to a system that doesn't recognize you? Doesn't make sense to me. Okay, now we're going to go into some of the works of the good brother Taj Tariq. But before we do that, let's deal with the letter of the round table. Now, we can go to the website. Matter of fact, I would like to take you to the website first, so you know. This is the Moorish civil letter. You know what I mean? This is the Moorish civil letter. Now, I'm going to the website just to show you where you can go to. You can write it down. This is called the moorishciviletter.net. I'm going to hold it there for a minute, and then I'm going to go and read something out of here. Matter of fact, I can go right here and read it. It says, Noble Drive League makes it very clear to Moors. Now, this I'm just reading. I don't agree with this stuff. The true Americans in this divine warning address to the nations of the world that Moors are in violation of the Constitution, that's true, and governmental principles, and give the Moors a clear direction to get back in national order, sovereign power. It doesn't say that, family. It doesn't say that. Self-authority, self-responsibility, I agree with that. Power of authority over self and national sovereign affairs. It doesn't say that. It does not say that. And I can pull it up in a minute, but it doesn't say that. So that's what I was about to read. It's the same thing. But now let's get into some of, let me see what the chat said before I pull out some of the Taj evidence. Before I pull out some of the Taj evidence. Let's see what's going on. The prophet taught this channel used to be all right. Gabby, this channel is fine, Gabby. I'm going to show you what Taj says out of his mouth. Gabby, listen. Let me get him some water. I'm going to be interactive with you. Listen. It's okay. It's okay to question to see if what we are studying is right or wrong. It's okay. How has it become a crime to check to see if we are studying something that's right and exact, that's for our liberation and our salvation? How did that become a crime? Come on, man. Y'all are personality worshiping. Stop worshiping personalities. If something don't sound right, check it out. And I'm gonna tell you, let me before I go into some more of the readings in some video, let me tell you, first of all, the reason of this show is to try to inspire Moors to get with those who are ready to build in real time. Meaning that we're trying to build a community here in Baltimore, and we want it to be duplicated in every city throughout the United States. But we cannot do this with so much confusion. As we're trying to build with brick and mortar, you have people that are only building with paperwork. That is tiresome. It's played out. It's played out to be trying to build something, challenging jurisdictions, right to travel and all that, and haven't built nothing. It's played out. And now people are walking into the Moorish Science Temple. People are walking into the Moorish Science Temple and asking questions about this stuff. And people are like, man, that has nothing to do with the Moorish Science Temple of America. So I think because the brother made the challenge, this has become a teaching moment. Why are y'all so mad? And one of the guys, I could see if it was sisters. Why are you fighting Taj? Yeah. But the guys, why are y'all so mad? Y'all so mad. Listen, y'all need to study the Holy Quran of the Moorish Science Temple of America. Learn how to circumscribe your passions. Not listen with your emotions. Try to listen with your mind. We're just trying to get on the right track. Enough with that. Let's go in it. Let's go in. Okay, so now I want to share with you. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to randomly pick articles. I'm going to randomly pick articles from a book that Taj wrote. Okay? Randomly. This book here, Moore's Order of the Round Table. All right? If I'm not mistaken, let me make sure. I want to make sure he's the author by Taj Tariq. Here we go. I want to make sure he's the author. See that? By Taj Tariq Bey. All right? So I want to make sure that the brother is the author before we go any further. So I'm going to begin to just drop stuff on this screen share. I don't know what I'm going to drop. I'm going to just drop it and read it. I'm going to just drop it and read it. So here we go. I hope y'all can see it. I'm going to try to make it as big as I can make it so you can see it, because I want y'all to see that this is basically just a teaching moment. Okay, I don't know what this is going to say. It says, the ensuing disillusion among the mystified blacks, quote, / Negroes, unquote, would definitely bring about exposure of their fictional, quote, color of law, unquote, sovereign authority claim. Now, when he starts speaking sovereignty, you have to, come on, by default, you're talking sovereignty. The final destruction and fail of occupational colonial powers and their false image of God and the mythical white supremacy would be inevitable. Go on down. A slave capable of true possession of wealth and sovereign knowledge bring about conditions that will change the legal status. Know absolutely that a tyrannical government most feared category of knowledge exposure to slaves are towards awards is that parentage of birthright and sovereignty. The brother is clearly teaching sovereignty. If you're teaching sovereignty, you're teaching sovereign citizenship. It is what it is. That's the European. They call it sovereign citizenship, and we know that's a misnomer. We know you can't be a sovereign and a citizen at the same time of the United States, but he's teaching sovereignty. Come on, man. If the above stated civic truth is clearly taught to slaves and wards, it would follow that many blacks who did not understand the cold nature politics of the Europeans and Americas would undoubtedly see and know why they, European colonists, have assassinated many of their own elected politicians, industrial leaders, and some of their black Negro agents, quote unquote, who have secret oath and benefit and something their allegiance to them. Their oath agents are and were always aware that Europeans stole the birthrights of Moabites, Moors, and black, and branded the Moors black, which is fact. I agree with that. However, this brother, I'm going on now. That is, look, don't get all dewy-eyed, because there's this one. I'm gonna keep it going. If one will understand the social economic motivations of a political body, one know that seeds in history were planted that produced and motivated today's national, international, social, and civic policies. The mission of the Ku Klux Klan should not be judged by emotional, hateful opinion, but on the merit of factual history, the empowerment of any people only through their birthright, knowledge, and the authoritative activities of their national sovereignty. National sovereignty. Come on, man. You can't get away from this. This is what he teaches. National sovereignty. National sovereignty is sovereign citizen. What is wrong with you? No, it's not like Ruby Ridge, Waco. But the man clearly teaches sovereign doctrine. Moors need to know these facts, and it applies to them, and need to disregard multiple slave brands and marks they learned. Let me look at the chat real quick. Let me see who I got mad so far. Let me see. Let me see who I got mad so far. Anybody mad so far? The brother teaching sovereignty. Okay. Now, again, family, let me direct your attention real quick back to my brother. Let me see if I can find him real quick. I want to direct your attention again back to my brother to show you that I want to be fair. I know what the brother said, but in light of this brother, I know he ain't gonna play word games. I know he ain't gonna pay me. But I'm gonna do the show anyway, because it's a teaching moment. You know what I mean?
You said right here. You can find that anywhere in here. $100 is yours. Anywhere. I'll take it a step further. If you can find Taj Tariq Bey ever saying Moorish are sovereign citizens, if you can find Taj Tariq Bey ever saying Moorish are sovereign citizens, if you can find Taj Tariq Bey ever saying Moorish are sovereign citizens, if you can find that anywhere on YouTube, anywhere on rvbeypublications.com, that's RVBEY publications.com, all one word, anywhere. Matter of fact, what we got right here? 100. That's 200. Even 3. 300. 300 for you. All you got to do is provide the evidence. All right. Saying Moors are sovereign citizens. If you can find it anywhere on YouTube, anywhere on rvbeypublications.com, that's RVBEY publications.com, all one word, anywhere. Matter of fact, what we got right here? 100. That's 200. Even 3. 300. 300 for you. All you got to do is provide the evidence.
All right. So the thing is that what I'm showing and proving is that this is the thing. I know we're gonna play the word game of sovereign citizen. Bear in mind, sovereign citizen is a relatively new term. But when you teach sovereignty, and sovereign national is a connotation of citizen. I mean, come on. It is what it is. So let's go a step further. Let me read a little bit more. Because we may not. I don't know. I got a few videos there. I got a lot of stuff going on in here. Hold on one second. Let's keep it going. So again, we are reading pages from Taj's book, Civic Lesson Number 1. We are the Moorish Americans. Moors defined. Brother Taj Tariq Bey. Moors, Order of the Round Table. Okay? This is what we're reading from. And I'm randomly dropping stuff in this screen share. Okay, here we go another time. Now that it's time for us to come out of the negative and the base state of a bureaucratic state ward slavery and take our proper position with all and other nationalities of the earth. Study and prepare yourself to operate in your sovereign capacity. Listen, I'm not making this stuff up. In your sovereign capacity. If you are operating in a sovereign capacity, this is a sovereign citizen doctrine. It is what it is. Y'all can dress it up and change it and flip it all you want. It is what it is. But I'm going to show you the reason I want to show you that in contrast that this is not a Moorish American doctrine. Now let me stop for a minute. Again, this is not a Moorish American doctrine. This is not a Moorish Science Temple of America's doctrine. This is not a Moorish American doctrine. It's not. Now listen, Taj has traveled the globe, rather. Taj has brought many people into the knowledge of even knowing that Prophet Noble Drew Ali exists. Brought many people into the knowledge of Moorish. Many, countless. Man, he's done a lot as it relates to introducing people to the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Whether right, wrong, or indifference. We're not taking that from him. What we're saying is, okay, edify. When you teach what I just read, you said sovereign capacity does not mean he's saying sovereign citizen. Bro, when you put national or sovereign capacity, you're talking about citizenship at that point. When you say a sovereign national, what are you talking about? National, the root word relates to nation. Sovereign to what nation? And he said, does introduce his book qualify you for the 300? Absolutely it do, because he sells it on RV Bey Publications. That's right. But I also got some video coming up too. Hold on. So let me drop a few more of these up in here. Okay. Now, we're going to go, and please stick around because I want to show you why this is imperative that we do this. This is why we have to do this. Let me drop another one in. Okay, I just dropped another one in, I think. Let me see if okay, here we go. All right. Is that I just dropped in? What I just drop in? Okay, I did that sovereign capacity. Let's try. Let's try this one. Let's try this. Okay, I did that one right there. See what we got here. I'm missing something. See, come on, man. We're gonna pick this thing apart. You know. Okay, hold on one second. Okay. Let me make sure I got everything. Make sure I got everything before I go to my videos. So I want y'all to go ahead and look at these, man, because let me make sure I got everything. Okay, Moors need these facts themselves. Sovereignty. Yeah. Make sure I got everything. All right, we good. Let me see. All right. So I got that. I got a few more in a second. So family, basically what I'm trying to do, don't get mad at me. Just trying to teach some people about some more science because this is not more science. Okay, we did all that. All right. So let me check the chat real quick because I can't see you when I screen share. So listen, I got those out for now, but I got a little bit more. Let me see. Just doesn't mean go be uncontrollable Euro-inspired sovereign idiot. Okay, listen. When we talking about sovereignty, we're talking about that you're not a part of you're separating from the USA. And you're a government unto yourself. You're sovereign. You know, like for instance, Russia is a sovereign nation. If Russia talks sovereignty, who cares? They're Russia. My point is, the brother said that Taj do not basically teach sovereign citizenship. We're not saying that it have to qualify like the European teach it. It came from the European. It's actually an adulterated version of the European sovereign citizen movement. In actuality, however, the brother teach a sovereign citizen doctrine. Let me share one more thing with you real quick. Let me screen share real quick. Let's see if this qualify. Real quick. All right.
In other words, you are the law. You are the sovereign. In any governmental structure, the sovereign. In any governmental structure, it is your bit of sovereignty given in allegiance to that said government. Your bit of sovereignty given in allegiance to that said government. It is your bit of sovereignty given in allegiance. It is your bit of sovereignty given in allegiance to that said government.
Let's stop right there. Now, whatever he's talking about is really here nor there. But when he starts talking sovereignty and allegiance to any government, he's talking sovereign citizen. You can't, if he's talking sovereignty and then says government, those things makes the citizen. Let's do it one more time. Because y'all gonna get this, but I'm gonna show you why I'm doing this. Because it's time for the true Moorish Americans to band together and build a real community. That's why. Yeah. Huh? That's why. It's time for the true Moorish Americans to band together and stop throwing paperwork around and begin to build something. So I'm going to dismantle it. And I'm asking all true Moorish Americans to join me in building something. So what he using the word? Bro, sovereignty and nation, brother, just because I say, if I say cat, and I say, do you want a cat? Hey, Edify, you want a cat? Sure, I like cats. And then I bring you a tiger. You say, oh, you ain't say a tiger. I say cat. Brother, let's not play the word game. sovereign and nation is only predicated by the citizenship thereof. It is what it is. Let's play it. Come on, man. This is a study lesson, man. We just studying, brother. It's all right. So you ain't got to agree with me. It's okay. Not asking nobody to agree. You know what I mean? What I'm asking you to is reconsider who you think is teaching more science. I need your help to build.
That accumulates to that said government. It is your bit of sovereignty given in allegiance to that said government that accumulates as the God power that a government executes relative to its regulation of the citizens in a corporate capacity.
Now listen, I don't know what all that means all the time, but I do know that this is what the brother teaches. It is what it is.
If you view sovereignty, viewing sovereignty, viewing sovereignty, if you viewing sovereignty, if you viewing sovereignty, viewing sovereignty, viewing sovereignty as being contained in the control of Congress.
Now, let's stop for a minute. Let's not play the game. What sovereignty is he talking about? If he's not talking sovereignty as it relates to governmental structure, what sovereignty is he talking about? If he's not talking to the citizen of governmental structure, what sovereignty? Come on, man. Come on. I mean, maybe like my brother say, like maybe like Edify say, bad analogy. Okay, my bad. But sovereignty, it speaks to sovereignty. It speaks to all of the components of sovereignty. You cannot confuse when you begin to speak to sovereignty, you're speaking to all the components of sovereignty, especially when you mention national government and those type of catchphrases. Now, if you are talking about sovereignty and you're talking about a law, then that's different. Put my hand up there, but you know what I'm saying. That's different. But if you're talking to sovereign nation, nationality, now you're talking sovereign citizen. Can't get away from that. The brother shouldn't have posed the challenge. He should take the video down, and I take mine down. Now, take it down, and I take mine down. How about that? Take his down, I take mine down. You know, but if you don't want to take his down, they don't need to take mine down. You know, but the thing is, here we go.
In the control of Congress, into viewing sovereignty as being contained in the control of Congress, contained within the control of Congress. But actually, sovereignty is the control of Congress.
Okay, we're going to stop it right there. And then I want to get into our nation correct. Are we admitted that we don't have a nation? Edify, I got you on that. It's 9 o'clock and I don't want to be on here long. I got you on that question. Let me write that down real quick. Let me play another video and then I'm going to go into some of the Facebook chat. You know what I mean? Because we're going to address some of this. And we're going to do a part 2 on this too. Now I don't want to harp on my brother Taj for real. So I might not do a part 2. I might not do a part 2 because I don't want to harp on it. This is for Rami Salaam. That's who this is for. You know, matter of fact, let me. Okay, 1 second, family. I'm working. Let me work. That was what he said. Let me work. I'm working, man. All right, because I'm gonna get to the point in a minute. Why I did this show. I want to go into to talk about why this show is so important. Because it is an important show. It's definitely an important show because people need to know. People need to know that Moors. And I'm gonna give you the Moorish paradigm as I see it. I'm gonna give it to you in a minute. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna give you the Moorish paradigm as I see it. And I don't claim to be the super scholar of Moors. I don't claim to be that. That's not my thing. My thing is that I do know what the Prophet Noble Drew Ali built. I do know what it takes to build it. And I do know that I am trying to get people to come and build with me. It is what it is. It is what it is. And so let me pull up one more thing. I'm trying to pull up this. Let's do this. I'll pull this up. Let me pull this up. And then I'm going to pull up one more thing for you. And then I'm going to go into why. And then I'm going to go into why. Give me 1 second. I'm going to go into why. Let me pull up one more document. A good friend of mine sent me a good document, and I want to share it with the family. You know, peace to the chat. Hope all is well with everybody. I'm getting there. Hold on. Okay. Here we go. I think I already got it. Did I get it? Okay. Oh, here we go. All right. Let me share this with you real quick. Then I'm gonna go into what more signs and Moors need to do. All right. And this is from Taj Tariq Bey. Also, give me a second. Try and get it right. All right. And I want to show you where it's coming from before that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to show you where it's coming from before I read. Okay, so here we go. This is coming from Taj Tariq Bey. And this is sold on RB Bey Productions. And I call it Productions because that's all it is a production. It ain't gonna get you nowhere. It really not. I mean, it's not gonna get you there. Okay, let me get that. And so there it is. Let's read it. Is it right here? I got it. Let's read the highlighted version. Don't waste your time buying the book, but hey, if you want to, go ahead. Waste your fiat. Let's go. Those who are the Aboriginal indigenous inhabitants of the land are sovereigns. Sovereignty is in the nationality. When you speak of sovereignty and nationality, nation, you're speaking of citizenship. It goes hand in hand. When you talk about nationality, you're speaking of citizenship. It goes hand in hand. The Aboriginal indigenous people are the ones who were here before any policy, trickery, and deceit. They are different and have the right to remain that way according to the rights of indigenous people of 1949. The Constitution was written to ensure protection of all people. It was a contract to instruct those immigrants, European colonists, on how to behave in the land. At the same time, it protects the rights of the indigenous people. Since it was written in the spirit of divine law, it is your benefit to activate that spirit of the ancestors. Okay, that's fine. My challenge that I chose to address is this. Sovereignty is in the nationality. The brother clearly teach from a sovereign doctrine. You cannot get around it. You cannot get around it. But now let me stop here because I don't want to drag on and beat a dead horse. I don't want to drag on and beat a dead horse. Let me tell you this. Edify, you do hear independence, but that's not the independent route that the Prophet Noble Drew Ali chose. Prophet Noble Drew Ali did not choose that method. That's all I'm saying. Prophet Noble Drew Ali did not choose that method. And if you say you follow the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, you need to study the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali so we can get on the same page. And as that article just said, or that quote out the books just said, so we can activate the power of our ancestors. We have to get on the same page. I hear independence too. But what I'm saying is, first, this is twofold. I'm addressing the challenge of Rami Salaam. That's one. Number two, I'm saying that this is not Moorish science. It's not. So now let's go. Let's see what exactly is Moorish science. You know, Moorish science basically is this. I hope y'all stick with me and hear this, because I'm going to take about 5 minutes and tell you what Moorish science is. Moorish science, at the 1929 convention, was it 28, 29? Whatever. I might be off. See, I'm not no scholar. The Prophet Noble Drew Ali was at the convention, and he had a little boy and a little girl, Moorish Americans. He wrapped the American flag around one and wrapped the Moorish flag around the other child. And from that point, that was the beginning of the Moorish American as it relates to a nation. Hold up. Does that make us a sovereign nation? Nah. Why? Because the prophet says that I am a citizen of the USA on our nationality card. By the way, it's for the Moorish Science Temple of America. It's for your birthright and identification for the Moorish Science Temple of America. It's not a passport to get on a plane. It's not a passport to get on a train. It's not a ticket. It's none of that. It's for the Moorish Science Temple of America. And on that nationality card, it says you are a citizen of the U.S.A. What does that mean? That we are a part and parcel. But you really need to understand what that means. Once you have to come to a temple with somebody who knows exactly what that means. How to activate your citizenship. And through the numbers of activating your citizenship, then your power will be activated. Brother, we are not integrating. Listen, okay, let me tell you this. Yes, it's a membership card. Thank you. GDEB, a membership card. That's what it is. An identification card for the Moorish American Muslim. For the Moorish Science Temple of America. People trying to make like it's something more than other than what it is. No. It's for the Moorish Science Temple of America, and it's for your salvation. That's what the prophets say. Well, all y'all trying to make these cards and identification cards, go ahead and do what you do. But that ain't what the prophet meant. Now, the Moorish Science Temple of America was founded for the express purpose to unite us, to put us back on track of our forefathers. Let me read the chat. So we do not work and strive for independence, just stay subject citizen forever and pass that down to our posterity. Okay, let me address my brother Edify. No, Edify, this is what we do. Edify, we come together. We build a community like the Mexicans have built in cities throughout. The Mexicans that built cities throughout, they didn't flash any paperwork. They didn't say they were sovereign. They didn't say that you're going to respect them as being indigenous. Mexicans are indigenous to North America. They don't do that. They jump the fence and disregard everything and come together and build. They have built to such a degree that they have made Spanish the second language in America. No, what makes us a nation is proclaiming, saying, I am a Moorish American, you are my brother, you are my sister, now let's work and build our nation. They didn't ask them, you look at a Mexican, they didn't ask for nothing. They didn't go around on YouTube making nationality cards and say, well, we're indigenous to the land. We've been here way before European. They don't do that. They go and build. They go into a community one at a time, 20 in a house. Then the 20, they move out and get their own, and then 20 more come in. Before you know it, they saturate the whole community. And then they become respected to the point where they won't even send them back. So the point of the matter is, yes, right, that's right, Edify. Mexicans do have a common culture, brother, but we do too. But we need to stop with the foolery. We need to stop accepting this false propaganda that has done nothing for us for 20 years. These brothers have been teaching for 20 years. It has done nothing. Nothing. Cujo will cuss you out. Somebody get killed for demonstrating any of these degrees, you will hear nothing from the elder. Nothing. You will hear nothing. No, Edify. They're different because their mind state is different. Edify. Change your mind state. Unite with those who are ready to build. That doesn't mean you got to get your hands dirty. Bring your intellectual capacity to help others, to guide others, to influence others, to inspire others to build. Stop with the paperwork nonsense. It ain't doing nothing for your children. It's not doing nothing. It's not doing nothing. What is it doing? What has it done? You know, what has it done? If Rob Bey, triple more hand, Rob Bey say citizens equal slave, then brother, take the Bey off your name, because the prophet surely says that I am a citizen of the U.S.A. Why don't you try to study and see what that really means? See what that really means. Stop trying to debunk the prophet with another brother that says he follows the prophet. You're trying to debunk a divine prophet. You're trying to debunk a divine prophet with one who says they follow the prophet. Now, how that sound? Let me pause for a minute. Shout out to my big brother, Sharif Adiel Bey. I see him in the chat. Shout out. We boys been busy, so brothers ain't been on the show. They doing their thing, but they gonna be back. But what I'm saying is, why is it that we're debunking a holy and divine prophet by one who says he follows the prophet? Let me ask y'all a question. Where do we get that El Bey from? Where does that come from? Did the prophet come with the El Bey degree? No. Where do we get that day from? We understand these names. We understand that. But if you're saying that you are more, are you saying that you follow the prophet Noble Drew Ali? If you're saying that you follow the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, then it's time to get in line with the teachers. Try to understand what the Prophet is doing. When people say the temple is infiltrated, when people say that the temple is infiltrated and never been through the temple, you might want to question them. You might want to question them. They never been to the temple, but say the temple is infiltrated. Let me keep it 155 with you. Can I keep it 155 with you for those who say that? The temples is not infiltrated. Because in most temples, it's a handful of people and we waiting on you. I'm going to keep it 100 with you. I'm going to keep it 155 with you. The temples are waiting on you. You say that the temples ain't doing nothing because the temples are waiting on you. You're not doing nothing. It is what it is. The temples are waiting on you. So every time you say with an L or Bay on your name and you say, what have the temples done in 100 years? And you're saying that, ask yourself, what are you doing? Let's go into some Facebook posts real quick and then we're going to get out of here. We're going to get out of here. I want to go into some Facebook posts real quick because a lot of brothers seem to be, they got into their feelings. Oh, man, they got into their feelings. So I think I proved that the brother teach sovereignty. Now, I'm not saying that the brother, is a sovereign citizen maniac. That's not what I'm saying. It's not what I'm saying at all. He's smarter than that. He know they be kicking down his door, waving the 4-4. He ain't gonna do that. I mean, he definitely ain't gonna do that. So the thing is that he teaches sovereignty. I don't know if he still teaches it, but let's be clear. The offer was that prove Taj Tariq teach sovereignty or says sovereign citizen. When I'm telling you, when you say sovereign and then you say nationality or you say sovereign or national, you're talking citizenship. You don't have to say the word. You're talking citizenship. We need to wake up. See, this is what's going to save us. Being able to separate, as it says in the Bible. Oh yeah, Taj Bey said the Bible. Separate the wheat from the chaff. Let me say real quick. If everybody with an L or Bey in their name bum rush the temples, all of that churchy talk that you talk about will be eradicated out of the temples. Because I hear y'all, and I agree with you. I done been to some temples, felt like I went to a funeral. I agree. But they're waiting on you. They are waiting on you. They're waiting on you. They're not waiting for somebody to come in some recreation center to talk about sovereign, talk about UCCs, to talk about. The temple is waiting on you. It's waiting on you. So while you still running your mouth, we ain't gonna get nothing done. We ain't gonna get nothing done. We ain't gonna get nothing done. Go and watch somebody sit in some hot room talking about, yeah, you know, the Jesuits, and the Jesuits is going to come and see the Pope, and that ain't getting us nowhere. If you don't even want to join the temple, join up with an active Moor and lend your expertise. Encourage them to build. Brother, y'all been talking a lot. Come on, can we get together and build something? Y'all been talking a lot. Come on, can we go down here and feed some homeless? Y'all been talking a lot. I'm a Moor too. Now, we ain't got nothing. I refuse to leave my next generation some paperwork, but y'all been talking a lot. You got to join in and make it effective. See, this is the old slave mentality. We're going to wait for master bring us some food. We're going to wait till the Moorish Science Temple of America is built like Farrakhan rebuilt the Nation of Islam, and then we're going to show up. That's what we're going to do. That's what we want to do. We want to wait till we have that big building. We want to wait till we have that big building and it's all shiny. Grand Major Temple in Chicago, all shiny. And then everybody want to show up and say, I'm a Moor. Then they want to fall in line. But don't nobody want to build nothing. And edify, I don't know how the MSTFA has you utterly confused. I don't know who was your teacher. Brother, can you please put in the chat, who taught you about the teachers of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali? Who taught you about the Prophet Noble Drew Ali? See, that's the first problem. If you say you have studied the teachers of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali and you're confused, you maybe you haven't studied the teachers of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Let me tell you something. Let me do a checklist real quick. A right to travel is not more science. UCC is not more science. Making IDs and all of these Moorish identification cards is not more science. Going to all these lectures to hear about UCCs and your indigenous capacity of rights of indigenous people is not more science. It's not. It's some feel-good talk. The treaty that was only about commerce with Morocco and the United States, I didn't have a chance to touch on that, but the treaty that only was about commerce with trade and commerce with Morocco and the United States, the Peace and Friendship Treaty, has nothing to do with more science. Nothing. And you will never know about more science if you do not involve yourself with somebody who is presently functioning in the full capacity as a Moorish American Muslim. You will never know it. You will never know it. You see somebody with affairs, never. First thing you want to ask them, who's your grand sheikh? Second thing you want to ask, if they say, well, I don't go to a temple, ask them, have you ever been to a temple? If they say no, red flag. And put this out, red flag. We're gonna wait the battle. We're gonna wait the battle. They call this a battle. We're gonna wait the battle. We're gonna wait the battle. I'm telling you, if they say, then another question you want to ask them, who was your teacher? Who taught you? If they, Islam brother, if they tell you that I taught myself, another red flag. Another red flag. You need an elder. Even Jesus said at the footstool of a master, red flag. If they start talking about you have to pay for something as it relates to being Moorish, nationality, national descent, no. Red flag. Let me tell you something. Prophet Noble Drew Ali teaches us that the membership is free. Shout out to my brother Haru Reniciel. Brother Haru, I done wrote in your book already, brother. Now, this is the general laws. This is from the Moorish literature. Now, the Moorish literature was written. Absurds, I think absurds came out the Moorish Guide. But let me tell you something. This is another thing that you want to look at. When people have no character, they're just total reckless. Red flag. Let me share something with you. This is the general laws by the Prophet, and this is from the Moorish literature. Listen to this real quick. It says, every temple and here is the function by words, deeds, and actions in imitating the prophet. See, to be a Moorish American, to be a real Moorish American, you have to be in the capacity of some type of Moorish Science Temple of America. I'm sorry, it is what it is. You have to be connected to somebody. Now, I'm not saying you have to go to the temple. Everybody is not going to go to the temple. But are you in contact with true Moorish Americans? Are you in contact with true Moorish Americans? If you've never been to the temple, are you friends with somebody that has been to the temple, that is dedicated to the temple? Because you need that. Because you need that. Now check this out. It says this. Imitating the prophet. Especially when teaching a group of Moors and any group of Moors. These are general laws. The supreme laws will be handed down to you later. The heads of all temples must submit and report monthly finance. This is rules for the Moorish Science Temple of America. Now watch this. Now watch this. The heads of all temples are to by force refrain from all wrath, words, profanity in the mildest form. The Prophet Noble Ali said that we should refrain from wrathful words and profanity, even in the mildest form. So let me tell you this. If somebody got a foul mouth with a fez on their head, they don't know the Prophet Noble Ali. They don't. They haven't learned how to utilize the English language in such a way to be effective. So they get mad, they get emotional. You know what I mean? They get emotional. Like, say Cujo, for instance. Cujo might disagree with this presentation. Cujo gonna do a video cussing me out. He's gonna do a video calling me names. And then he's gonna try to remix it and say that, well, he didn't say sovereign citizen. Again, if you say sovereign and you say nation, if you say sovereign and then you say nationality in the same sentence, you're saying sovereign citizen. Now, not as it relates to the European sovereign citizen movement, because y'all ain't got no heart. See, Ruby Ridge, they had heart. They bang out with a bell. You know what I mean? Y'all want to be sovereign on paper terrorists. You know what I mean? Waco, they went hard. And all of them people up there that was in the desert in Arizona, they went hard. Y'all just want to sling paperwork. That's all y'all want to do. Y'all want to sling paperwork. So with that, let's read some of the brother say, I'm trying to be side netter. Come on, man. I'm glad I know people that know me. But welcome to the channel, family. David Berry, welcome to the channel. I'm going to give you a shout out. Shout out to David Berry, the Lion King. King David was the Lion of Judah. I don't know. I thought it sounded good. Anyway, let me read this, and then we're going to get out of here, family. Shout out to Triple Moore. More, I'm not buying that sovereignty package. Man, this is fiat. This ain't real money. I can't buy it anyway. The fiat. I got fiat. I got fiat. Anyway, let's do that. So family, I hope y'all caught the show at the beginning, because if you didn't, you're going to have to go back and check it out. But what I'm about to do is this. I want to address one comment at a time from Facebook. The first comment is from Brother Batal Mirza Bey. Family, what's the point? It seems as though the ones in the family are in opposition of the great teacher Taj. Let me answer that. Family, Bazir Bey, I am not in opposition of Taj. I am standing in the defense of the gospel of Prophet Noble Ali. My whole point is that the Prophet did not teach that. On Wednesday, if you hear on Wednesday, we're going to have Azim Hopkins Bey. And I will encourage anybody that has a misunderstanding about what Moorish science is, please join us at Wednesday at 9 o'clock. This Wednesday, we're going to have Azim Hopkins Bey here, and we're going to explain exactly what Moorish science is, how we activate it. Family, it has not been activated. We have soldiers still holding it down. We have soldiers around the country Syracuse, New York, Atlanta, out west, Oakland, LA, Washington State, all around, holding it down. But it has not been activated yet. It's waiting on you. It's waiting on you. But you have to go in and you got to make your teachers progressive. Make them progressive. I'm telling you, I'm going to keep it 155. I done went to temples and thought I was at a church and a funeral at the same darn time. Didn't like it. My spirit is a fighting spirit. My energy is too hyper to be. I agree. But we're waiting on you. We're waiting on you, family. Waiting on you. We're waiting on you. You know what I'm saying? You know, we have to activate our more signs. You know, if you want to activate your more signs, then you will see how where you go around the country and you see, and I use Mexicans as an example. You don't see Mexicans cutting grass like they used to here in Maryland. You don't see that. You don't see Mexicans cutting grass like they do in America. They're going on doing bigger and better things. You go to Home Depot now, the Mexicans are sitting out there with vans and pickup trucks ready to work. They're not just all sitting under the tree no more. And then, because I'm in the field, I know what they do. They even got this unspoken camaraderie that when you go and get day labor from a Mexican, you can be on the north side of the parking lot and go to the south side of the parking lot. You say, how much you gonna work for today? $125. Huh? $125. I said, man, I ain't messing with you. You go to the other side of the parking lot. What you charge to do drywall for the day? $125. $125. We need to get out. We need to get on board with that type of mentality. See, you can't go on the parking lot and ask your brother, and he say 125, and then he come over to you and you say, give me 85. Because you just didn't cut the business short. You just took our stock down. So all we need is a little bit of unity. You know what I mean? You got communities where nationalities are living and striving. Nationality are striving and doing very well. We got some communities that have their own hospital, not built by the government. Not built by the government. They have their own hospital. When are the Moors going to wake up and stop trying to pimp paperwork? Selling IDs. When? When we gonna wake up? The point of the show is that, man, it's not more science, man. Let me go to another comment. Another comment is, Moreland Bay says this. I gotta check him because he was on the chat going in. Moreland Bay says this. Taj don't teach sovereign citizen stuff. You Moors trying to slander him with. The sad day, this is a sad day, try to keep Moors from learning jurisprudence. Didn't Noble Drew Ali enforce the Constitution? Stop for a minute. If you want to learn something about jurisprudence, all you got to do is check the video on this channel where Brother Sharif goes in about jurisprudence. What Taj Tariq teaches is really not jurisprudence. It's really not. When you understand what jurisprudence is. Matter of fact, I'm gonna give you Sharif Bey jurisprudence. And so you can know what jurisprudence is, because he does a excellent display as to what is jurisprudence. And here you go right here. And I'm going to give it to you right here. This is on turn.
We are the men. We are the men.
All right. So look, this is my good brother out of Philadelphia, Temple number 11, Chairman Terrence Hopkins Bay channel. Please subscribe to his channel. But if you want to know about jurisprudence, this is the video you need to look at. Let's go. This is the video you need to look at.
No question is taboo. No question is too challenging. Because we're here to get understanding. Right. This is 2016. I dare say, forgive me if if I'm in error for saying this, but I dare say that in 2016 the prophet's message is more relevant than it was in 1928. Woo! This is a crucial time for the movement. Yes, sir. It's crucial. Yes, sir. And I mean crucial as in life endangering crucial. We need an understanding.
And I'm going to just skip through a couple times.
Let's get in the game, people. Right? I don't care if you work the day you've ever worked a day in your life. You go to corner store, you buy clothes. You rent. That's tax money. Even if it's not coming directly out of your pocket, it's not coming through you by way of program, it's still your money. Right. Right. You have skin in the game. Right. If you don't have a hand or a voice in how your money is spent, right, can't get mad when other people spend your money the way they want to spend. Wow. Wow. Another form of political slavery, which is probably more prevalent among the less independent classes, is that of being forced into one of the major parties and there bribed, coerced, or otherwise forced to vote the wishes of someone else, regardless of their own minds. See, people during that time period, a number of us, because the prophet and the party that the people that the prophet endorsed was the Republican Party. Right. The presumption by many is that, we were pro-Republican. No. No. There is party politics, right, and then there is people politics. There is community politics.
All right, so look, I just want to give y'all a brief, just to promote that a little bit, so y'all can go and check that out. You know what I mean? Y'all need to go and check it out. What real jurisprudence is. You feel me? What real jurisprudence is. But you got to watch the whole video. It's 3 hours long. It's 3 hours long. You really have to go watch the whole video. So let me go into another. Somebody else say, the Taj was jurisprudence. Okay, I'm gonna leave that alone because he says that this is a sad day for Keep Moors. Nobody's slandering Taj. Okay. Okay, here we go. Here go a brother right here that says, this is on Facebook. This is a brother on Facebook. He says that, I think it's a brother. The Jerome Quinn Bo L. Psst. If the temples are infiltrated and not teaching the whole truth of birthrights, becoming free nationals and sovereignty, then what's the point? The point is, you need to delete that L off your name because you haven't studied the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Because you haven't studied the teaching of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. And if you had studied the teaching of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, you would know that the temples teach something of a higher science than nationals and sovereignty. You get that? You get that? So you take that L. See that L? And take it off there. He says, sounds like another church being romanticized, like Christians going every Sunday and being obvious and being oblivious to what they need to learn. See, brother like D. Jerome Quinn Bo, he need to come into a temple and assist us. But I will almost bet and I shouldn't be gambling, but it's not a bet, that this brother never been to a temple. I can tell because he said birthrights are becoming free nationals and sovereignty. He got that from somewhere. And now to my good brother Hannibal. Hannibal L. Islam And I say Islam to you, my brother. Much honors to the elder Taj. I came up with those Moors. When you become a member of a temple and sit there long enough, you will come to find some of what he teaches is way off of what the prophet taught. I think those issues need to be addressed. Come out of the cares of the world home to the MST of A and learn the truth about your nationality's birthrights. Get off YouTube and come home and learn how to become a true Muslim, as the prophet declared on your nationality cards. See? So the point of the matter is, in closing, family, at one time, I feel real good about this show because there was a time when I would do a show like this and people, I know a brother in Milwaukee, brother Austin Bey, I be playing this music. But there was a time when I do a show like this, people would lose their mind and go crazy. But people are catching on now. The people are catching on now. I'm creating a group. I'm creating a group where all the workers can work out. This group is actually on Facebook right now called Drew Ali Moors. And in this group, I will be making a call real soon. I will be making a call real soon so we can organize in every city. And on my own dime, I am coming to the city so we can get some work done. You know what I mean? And what I mean by getting some work done, sometimes we just have to inspire one another. You know, sometimes we have to just say, you know what? I don't want to get my hands dirty, but I know what we need to do. Islam Hogan Bey. I'm coming to Milwaukee too with my brother Austin Bey. Islam, that's my brother. We already talked about it. That brother be moving around. Yeah. We gonna come and do something. Matter of fact, a shout out to my brother Austin Bey. Let's do like it. I got a shout out to my brother Austin Bey. There you go. There you go. That's why I keep loaded. The Lord is the cause of it all. Yeah.
So this is all it all so our heritage and our states what we look at gain. So why should we ever we'll take ourselves
That's my brother Austin Bey, Grand Sheik out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Yeah, that is the cause of it all. And now, hey, brother, I'm coming to Detroit. That's my next stop. I need to finish putting the finishing touches on this lecture. That's my next stop. I'm coming to Detroit. I'm definitely coming to Detroit. You know what I mean? Hogan Bey. It's not. So, family, listen. Man, I love y'all, man. I'll be back on Wednesday with the brother Azim Hopkins Bey. And listen, it's summertime, family. So I might not do the show as scheduled all the time. But when you see the post, come and join me. Talk with your brother. I mean, share your thoughts with your brother. I'm going to have the lines open on the next show. I'm going to try my best to come on one more time before Wednesday, before Azim Hopkins Bey come on. Because when he come on, man, I'm telling you, I got my notes and everything. I want to ask every question that will help people and assist people to understanding the true teachings of Moorish Science Temple of America without interpretation, without all the spooky stuff. We got spooky Moors, we know that. We got Christian Moors, we know that. We got militant Moors, we got all types of Moors. They're going to take all of us. But one thing it's going to take all of us is we're going to have to do what the prophet did. Let me read it one more time. The prophet said every temple in head. That means you, if you're the head of your household, if you're the head of anything, every temple in head is to function by words, deeds, and actions, imitating the prophet. Did the prophet go to the temple? Yes. Was people enthusiastic about Moorish science? Yes. Was the people building something in real time? Yes. Did the people have money? Yes. Did the people have houses? Yes. Did the people have Man, businesses, yes. When are we going to get back to that? When are we going to get back to that? We keep on shuffling this paperwork. Man, stop buying that junk off RV Bay Productions. That's right, I said it. Stop buying that junk. Man, hit me up on, send a friend request for Drew Ali Moores. Hit me up on Facebook. Hit me up. Hit my inbox on Facebook. I'm about to go to my Facebook and go through all the names. And I want all the builders. Hit me up. Man, I'm telling you. Hit me up. We're going to build this thing. If I can't come to your city, I'm going to give you instruction on how to do it. Shout out to North Carolina, to my brother Sheik 7 out there doing this thing. You know, we're going to unite this thing. We're going to unite this thing. And if your grand body says you can't unite with another grand body, it's time to leave that grand body. I said it. I said it. If your leader said you can't go to another temple, it's time to find another temple. I said it. I said it. You know what I mean? And if these brothers want to do stuff outside the temple, guess what? Leave them alone. And when I say outside the temple, listen what I'm saying. I'm talking about temple philosophical approach to life and more science. Everybody is not going to sit up in the building. Everybody's not going to sit under the sound of the voice of a grand sheik. But you can still participate. You can still contribute. You can still become a part and parcel of this said government. You can still help to build this Moorish world. I love y'all, family. I'm gonna be back even tomorrow. I miss y'all, man. Shout out to the family, man. I'm gonna miss y'all, man. I'm gonna miss y'all, man. I might have to come back tomorrow, maybe Tuesday, man, because this is a beautiful show. Hopefully, brothers can get something, sisters get something. But if you listening, if y'all see the brother, Rami Salaam, man, tell him just put my money in the PayPal. The PayPal right there. The PayPal right there. Just put my money in the PayPal. If he send the money, I'm going to show it to the people. Let's see if he put the money in the PayPal. Again, Taj spoke of sovereignty, nationality. It equates to sovereign citizen. You can't get around it. Wednesday, Azim Hopkins Bey will be on deck. With that, I want to say peace and love, family. And I thought is the cause of it all. Shout out to my brother, man. One love to that brother, Haru Reniciel, for letting me bless his podium in the ATL. Shout out to my brother, Akhenaten. That's right. Shout out to my brother, Sharif Bey. That's right. That's right. We in the building, man. We about to do big things, man. Oh, you don't know who Akhenaten is? I'm going to say what they say to government. Professor John Settles, man. Shout out to my brother, man. We going in, man. Man, you know what? Shout out to my brother, Rebel Vision. Rebel Vision out of NYC, doing big things. That's right. Shout out to all my brothers and sisters that's doing big things. Shout out to Operation Learn to Love, feeding the people, headed by Sister Dawn Rydell. Man, shout out to everybody, man. You know what I mean? Published content. I am going to bed. I gotta go get some fiat tomorrow. Hey, I gotta get some fiat. Yeah, I need some fiat. I am going to bed. Drew Ali Moores on Facebook. You know what I mean? Send a friend request. Leave a little note or something so I know you ain't a provocateur, because I'm gonna start deleting people. I'm going live this week on Drew Ali Moores, and we're going to talk about trying to put some money together so we can do some school drives and get some funding so we can get some school books for the children, if that's the least we can do. I would like, if anybody want to support these endeavors, my PayPal is at the bottom. I'm not going through GoFundMe no more because they take too much of your fiat. They take your fiat. Shout out to RBG Shango. Oh, and shout out to my brother in DC. I'm going to the prisoners march in DC on Tuesday. My brother, I can't think of the brother's name. He invited me. I'm gonna bring some stuff, but anyway, they take your fiat. So anybody want to donate, that's okay, brother. I'm gonna buy some school books anyway. I'm gonna come to your city anyway. I'm gonna come with my own dime. Now, how about that? Now, because the law has blessed me, Mo. I got that from my elder. Allah bless me, Mo. Allah bless me, Mo. So I'm going to come to your city with my own money, Mo. Now, but I can use some assistance if you're willing to. Peace and love, family. Hope y'all enjoy the BET Awards. I hope I ain't take too much time of you. I appreciate you. Talk to you soon. I want to convert that. Hold up. I want to compare that RBB version of bylaws with the official MSD version of Act 5. We can do that too, my brother. Islam, family. Islam to everybody. Peace and love. We're going to do this again real soon.